Well, first I would like to believe it's doing very well, and that's what the feedback I'm getting, and also the numbers are showing that it's doing well. And whether we're doing this program again or not is something which will be decided a little later. But as of now, next plans, next cinema later cheyatame, and definitely untai plans, and Prasad garu unnaru, Chiranjeevi garu unnaru, మేము అందరం already in a company. Definitely plans ఉంటాయి, but Prasad garu ఇందాక అన్నట్టు దీన్ని కరెక్ట్గా హ్యాండ్ ఓవర్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఆ ప్లాన్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది.
MAA TV have come to an understanding under which Star will acquire the broadcast businesses of MAA TV. This is something that we've been discussing over a period of time, and we are proud and thrilled to have arrived at an understanding. Of course, the process will have to go through the regulatory and government compliance process, and once that is done, then MAA TV broadcast business would become part of Star India operations. We have been looking at MAA with sheer admiration for a long time. It is a truly phenomenal achievement that in a heavily contested broadcast market like the Telugu market, where there were 2 or 3 very, very strong players, MAA has come from behind and has challenged everybody, and through sheer creative innovation, high quality programming experience, and has built a very deep relationship with the Telugu speaking entertainment consumers. And this was a gap in Star's portfolio. We did not have a Telugu language channel, and we believe in going deeper and creating a high quality content experience in as many languages as possible in this country. We have done that in the past in Bengal, Maharashtra, and through Asianet group of channels in Malayalam, in Tamil, and in Karnataka. This market was a huge gap, and we thought that given the strength that MAA TV has, given the foundation that it has laid, and given the creative core that it has set up, it would be a great alliance if we were to, take charge of MAA TV and create a truly high quality entertainment experience for the Telugu speaking people. So that's why we have done that. As Mr. Prasad said, this is truly a super alliance, and in our case we are thrilled at the opportunity to bring the Star content experience, so to speak, to the Telugu speaking entertainment consumers through MAA TV, and we think together we can create something that would be truly a role model for the broadcasting and entertainment business for rest of India, if not outside this country. They had invested a lot of sentiment and emotion in building this company called MAA TV, and they said that while they thought that with Star's participation, the broadcast business could be much bigger, but they did not want to part with the company. They were very clear from the beginning that this is their company, and they would like to continue to own the company and probably have other bigger plans for the company going forward. So that's why both of us reached an agreement that we will take over only the broadcast business, and the company remains with the promoters to do the transaction. The transaction will take some time before it goes through the regulatory approvals. So I think there is time for them to decide that. The public is interested in what happens to the content and what happens to the broadcast, quality of this company, and we can assure you that we will take the creative and content experience for the consumers in this market to a higher level. I'm sure you are aware to file with the regulatory authorities, including the ROC, and I'm sure both companies fulfill those obligations adequately. An agreement to acquire the broadcast business at an undisclosed price. The price would be disclosed at the right forum at the right time. That's all that we are saying. Disciplines that we have created between shareholders, but again it will be premature, unfortunately, to discuss that in public. The name, and first of all, it's just an intent to do this transaction. It has to go through the entire regulatory and approval process. That has its own dynamic. It takes some time. So once that happens, then the integration process will begin to happen. So the regional enterprises have aligned themselves with some or the other national broadcaster. So if there is a great product, I'm sure there will be deals. But as a rule, I'm not sure there is a big trend or anything of that kind. No portfolio is ever complete, but that said, Telugu is a language market, is one of the biggest markets, India's second biggest cable and satellite market, and we did not have a Telugu language offering, and that was a rather big gap, and that's the gap I was referring to, which should get filled now. There is no employee cutting plan. Star has believed in the power of content. We believe that the value in this business comes from creating better and better content and market and brand experience. And you cannot do that without investing more and more in people. So in whichever market we have been present, our strategy has been very simple: invest more in talent and content. So if anything, we see ourselves expanding the talent base far more aggressively rather than cutting it down. That's not a model that we have followed anywhere, and that's not something we are going to follow here. Consumer connect that Mr. Nagarjuna brings, and there is obviously a very sound strategy behind bringing him to do the show. I don't see why just a change in the ownership should change anything like that. He continues to be one of the most popular stars, and we would love to use that power. Whatever shows are doing well, whatever, MAA has a brilliant creative team. That's why they've been able to pull themselves to the top. So we think there is, anything that's working, it doesn't need to be tinkered with, and we will not tinker with that. But we also have pan-Indian expertise in developing content. In most markets that we operate, we have a leading position, and we have insights and wisdom from that, which we would like to share with the MAA team, and then after that it becomes a local creative decision what they do with that. In the business of media, you have been reporting that things, with some governments things had slowed down, with some governments things have become fast. It's difficult for us. We'll have to follow the process, whatever time it takes. Difficult to predict, sometimes it happens in 2-3 months, sometimes it can take more than that in this country. So we exited news several years ago, and there are no plans to come back into news.
మంచి రోజు ఎందుకంటే ఈ మా ఫ్యామిలీని ఒక 123 మంది ఎంప్లాయీస్ నుంచి గత 5-6 ఏళ్ళుగా ఆల్మోస్ట్ 500 ఎంప్లాయీస్కి తీసుకొచ్చి ఒక క్వాలిటీ ఆర్గనైజేషన్గా దీన్ని తీర్చిదిద్దాము. అండ్ మోస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఏంటంటే మా ప్రయత్నము లాస్ట్ 5-6 ఏళ్ళలో కూడా ఒక తెలుగు వ్యూవర్స్కి ఒక క్లీన్ అండ్ గుడ్ ఎంటర్టైన్మెంట్ ఇవ్వాలనే మా ఇంటెన్షన్ని ఈ 5-6 ఏళ్ళలో మేమందరం కలిసి ఐ థింక్ దట్ ఇంటెన్షన్ వీ హ్యావ్ ఫుల్ఫిల్డ్. బట్ అయినా అని కంపెనీ బాగుంది, కంపెనీ ప్రాఫిట్ మేకింగ్, వీఆర్ నెంబర్ 1 టుడే. అయినా కూడా ఒక స్టేజ్ వస్తుంది, ఎప్పుడు ఈ ఫ్యామిలీని తీసుకెళ్ళి ఇంకో ఫ్యామిలీతో కలపటం మంచిదని మేమందరం షేర్ హోల్డర్స్ డిసైడ్ చేసి స్టార్ ఇండియా వాళ్ళకి దీన్ని హ్యాండ్ ఓవర్ చేశాము. అంటే స్టార్ ఇండియా అంటే ఒక ఇండియన్ కంపెనీ అనుకోవచ్చు మీరు, కానీ స్టార్ ఇండియా యాక్చువల్లీ $85 బిలియన్ గ్లోబల్ ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్ అది. సో మీ కంపెనీ పేరు చెప్పాలంటే 21st Century Fox అని, అది గ్లోబల్ కంపెనీ. సో ఆ కంపెనీ ఆధ్వర్యంలో ఇక్కడి నుంచి మా టీవీ పనిచేస్తుంది. అయితే ఇప్పుడు మేము ఈ మీటింగ్ అయిన తర్వాత ఇవాళ డెఫినెటివ్ అగ్రిమెంట్ మేము సైన్ చేశాము. తర్వాత మేము రెగ్యులేటరీ అథారిటీస్కి అప్లై చేసినాక వన్స్ క్లియరెన్స్ వచ్చినాక ఇది కంప్లీట్ అవుతుంది. ఫస్ట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు కంప్లీట్ దిస్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్, దట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రయారిటీ. వన్స్ వీ డూ దట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టైమ్ between the shareholders. It's a very happy association, and a happy association will always continue. We don't have any arrangement with Sony. It was quite some time back, and it has not gone beyond the stage. So we don't have any arrangements with Sony, and obviously we won't be talking to them and got into this relationship. We have had any relationship now, and coming to the valuations and the size, I think it is as a matter of policy. You have to understand that Star is a part of a New York Stock Exchange listed company. So as a matter of policy, we don't discuss now today about the valuations. I'll tell you, in 2007, the same question was asked when Matrix was sold. Just because we built a beautiful company, we don't want to be unrealistic. When the time comes, it has to be handed over to a bigger, better enterprise. I think it has to be handed over. I always draw a synology. Like you have a daughter in your family or a son, just because you love them so much, you don't, let them sit in your house. After a certain age, you get them married off and hand over to a better family. When you do that to your own children, and Ma or Matrix, anyone is like the children that we are nurtured, I take the same view. I was told yesterday on all India level, my colleague told me that we are around 16 in all India level. Though we are regional channel, but if you take a all India level rankings, we are 16. And as far as Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, the Telugu speaking is concerned, in the last calendar year, out of 52 weeks, 45 weeks we are number one, which means that we are number one. Someone asked me today morning, what would be your plan? I said, as long as there is sickness in this world, there are going to be doctors. So as long as there is sickness in the industries, I definitely would like to look at them, because my primary motive is always to see the company which can be resurrected. We can be resurrecting it. By doing it, we restore the employment, and if we do well, we can increase the manpower. And MAA TV, when we acquired, it was 123 people, I guess, around that. So now it's about 5-folds. And Matrix, when we acquired, it was 160 people. When we exited, it is 3,500 people. But we are very sure. I know some of you were asking me at that time. I did say that no, it's not 3,500. I'm very clear that it's going to go to 10,000. And today, actually, they surpassed. There are about 12,000 people now. So I think my motive is always to look at assets where employment can be restored, and then create opportunities, create enterprises. Yes, I will continue to do that. Simply broadcasting assets anta vallu తీసుకుంటారు మొత్తం 4 ఛానల్స్ లోను. ఈ మా టీవీ కంపెనీ మా దగ్గరే ఉంటుంది. అండ్ ఇదంతా ఈ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ కంప్లీట్ అయినాక మేము షేర్ హోల్డర్స్ కూర్చొని ఏం చేయాలో ఆలోచిస్తాం. No, I am not in race for any acquisitions. I think first it is very important that when you hand over your family, you have to hand over the family in a proper way, and will be very closely involved in this process, whereby the new partners I will help them in the hand holding process, and then we will see at that